You have Arizona Party and Decor, my new favorite, Novel Ice Cream Shop, my favorite ice cream shop in downtown. And then also events come with it. So we have, for example, Second Saturdays that come here. And looking towards the future, you have Caldwell Barbecue, delicious barbecue looking to come into downtown Peoria, occupy a beautiful over 7,000 square foot space. And then also the Jefferson House Project looking to serve those small businesses.
Well, shopping season is upon us. We are here. People are going to start spending money, and supporting local small businesses is something that we can do. It is important, and there's a lot of reasons why it's important to continue to direct your dollars towards small businesses. Why is that?
Yeah, it's economic vitality, right? So you see that when you support a business, that business supports the community right back through economic vitality by helping the job growth. Local suppliers also grow from it and give right back to the community. And then you also see the quality of life increase. So you have the parks and recs, public safety, libraries, all of the amenities also grow because of the thriving businesses.
Shopping local also, of course, helps the entrepreneur, but it really helps the community. And so many people, every person I have ever talked to wants to support their community. And this is a really great, easy way to support your community. How does that help the community when we go and spend our dollars there?
There was a study done a couple of years ago that said that if you buy at a local shop, about 30% of those funds are directly reinvested back into that community. And then compared to a national retailer, about 11% goes back into that community. So it's quite a difference. And then let's also remember the retail and restaurant survey we did not too long ago. Peoria residents spoke and they said they really want those local shops here in our community. And this is how you do it. You invest in them when you're shopping the most.
Well, that's such a great reminder for everyone. We're all going to be spending money at some point in time in the next few months. And why not start looking at some of the businesses that are within the city of Peoria and support them in that way. Everybody wants a healthy, thriving community, and it's a good way to do it.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As always, thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for more episodes as we focus on the issues that matter to you.
Welcome to Wild Pine Coffee Co. We're located at 99th and Beardsley. I really just wanted to create a place that everybody can really vibe with, and just something unique, something that is Pacific Northwest, because I'm from Oregon. So I kind of really just wanted to bring together both vibes, the Oregon coast and the Phoenix, natives. So I just wanted to create a space that everybody kind of felt comfortable, a little bit quirky, a little bit more unique and fun. So we specialize in lattes. I kind of wanted to make it a little bit more coffee forward because I feel like I'm very passionate about coffee. I would always go to a place and say, can I get 2 extra shots, half sweet, oat milk, almond milk, all these extra things that I just kind of wanted to take out of that. So we offer a little bit more of a balance between the actual espresso bean and the flavor. My favorite drink, it kind of rotates. I am definitely a coffee girl, so I love the ube latte. It's very unique and different. It's a purple yam, kind of like a nutty vanilla flavor. We do little bites, like we have bagels and cream cheese, breakfast sandwiches. I do offer gluten-free bagels as well for all the gluten-free people out there. Again, I'm also a gluten-free person, so I really kind of wanted to have that option. All of our sandwiches can be made gluten-free. So we are on Instagram, TikTok, and then we have our website as well, wildpinecoffeeco.com, and that's kind of what we have right now. Honestly, just come in, check us out. Just come check out the vibe. I mean, we're very friendly. We want you to come and experience just a great place that offers really good coffee. We care about you, and we want you to experience something really great.
The Bojanowski family took a big leap of faith and stepped towards a major life change when they bought the Twisted Italian 8 years ago. Brian had worked in corporate America for his entire career, but some looming changes in his position had him thinking hard about where he wanted to go next in his life.
It was a global role, 24/7, pretty much every day of the week. And I wanted to do a job that I enjoyed. And I thought back, and being at Amex and being in different jobs in the finance world, people would ask me all the time, what's your favorite job? What was your favorite role that you did in those times? And honestly, when I would think back, I'd be like, to tell you the truth, it was when I was 16 years old and I cooked at Sizzler. And I love the restaurant business, and I love the pace of it, and every day's game day, and I missed it.
From there, he took a little time off work after leaving his corporate job and figured out what kind of restaurant it was that they wanted to dive into. And eventually, they came upon the Twisted Italian.
I thought that might be a fit for what we wanted to do within our neighborhood.
Wow. And as they say, the rest is history.
Right.
The two, along with their family, went all in.
It was really a shock to your system. I mean, I love the restaurant business, but I hadn't owned a restaurant before, hadn't been in a restaurant working for probably 30 years. I came in, though, with the mindset of having not done that you can do anything you want if you set your mind to it and you work hard, and I felt like I was a hard worker. And we worked hard.
And that has been the work ethic that has carried them over the years. They jumped in and created a menu that is full of love and heart. Many of their dishes bring a little of their Chicago roots to the Valley.
And this is your Chicago heritage right there.
The Chicago combo, Italian beef sausage combo, otherwise known as the King of the Jungle.
Oh, the names, they're getting me.
Speaking of clever names, the King Cut lasagna, another one of their most popular dishes, has taken the classic lasagna to a new level. It's made to order, and you pick your ingredients, and the team of chefs build it.
Okay, Rob, come on in. Chef Rob's here. He's going to start it for us in a saute pan, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, we've got...
Got some of our house sausage here.
Okay.
Throw that right into the saute
Let me throw that for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Look, I could be your sous chef today.
Nice. And then in the burger, we're going to have some mushrooms and peppers.
Okay, I already
Go ahead and sweat this out real quick.
Okay.
Once warmed, he adds house-made meat sauce and marinara and warms again.
All right, Chef Aaron, you're up to bat.
First step is going to be a good layer of ricotta. You take house spice. It's the oregano and black pepper blend. We're going to quarter our lasagna sheet.
Next, he alternates layering the pasta sheets and the filling and more fresh cheese.
I think that weighs the size of a newborn baby. Okay, into the oven?
About 8 minutes later, your taste buds are going to think they traveled all the way to Italy.
Okay, hold on. I got to get a good bite. I got to get all the things. All the cheese. Ready? Oh. You guys. They're not kidding. Might be the best lasagna ever.
They aren't stopping there. Be sure to try their shrimp and scallop pasta with fresh sauteed veggies, lobster, champagne ravioli, and shrimp. Yes, you heard that right. As well as their pork Milanese that'll feed 8 of you. And their spin on the classic chili relleno, done twisted Italian style, of course. And don't miss the cozy bar. It boasts a fabulous wine, beer, and cocktail list, and I'm told they're known for their martinis, so you might want to sip on one while you enjoy some time here. The Bojanowski family truly love what they do. From the moment you meet them, you can see it and taste it in the food and drinks here.
It really is, I feel like a cozy neighborhood feel. I mean, it's a small restaurant, but the tables talk to each other, they beat each other, and the vibe's very relaxed and a neighborhood feel, which we love as well.
And one you are sure to love as well.
When you come into Peoria Fire, you understand that you're part of a legacy that started about 35, 40 years ago and started building. But I reach back deeper. I look at the volunteers of the 20s. They built it. They established it. I want them to understand the history. It didn't happen in a day. It happened over years, over decades. And if you know where you started, you'll know where you're going.
When I was a little kid, you were always in
you know, you went on tours in the fire station from school and that sort of thing. I was interested in it, but at the time didn't pursue it. I worked on a printing press, and then I did some construction. And at that time in the 70s, construction wasn't going real well. I had an uncle that was a fireman in Euclid, Ohio, and he said, "What are you doing?" "I'm working." "Get your butt over there and get in the fire department." So I started pursuing that. I just absolutely fell in love with the profession the first time that I walked in the fire station. I grew up here. I'm a legacy. My dad, my uncle, my grandfather were all cotton farmers in and around Peoria. We had cotton gins. We sold cotton pickers. I grew up in cotton.
Yeah, my granddad started a blacksmith shop in Peoria in about 1932 or something like that. Started a hardware store in Peoria. Oh, I worked there until I retired.
There was a train station here, a water tower, and a couple gins. So that was Peoria for the most part.
When I was a kid, the movie theater, until you turned 16, you could go in for 14 cents.
Peoria back then was only about maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles square. They didn't have much of anything, to be right honest. They had the chief police and 2 cops.
Peoria had, and I'm going to guess it, maybe 2,000 people or something like that.
You just got to know people because it wasn't as crowded. We did meet somebody that was more personable. It was small town America. But, you know, some people read about it. I got to live it.
I joined the volunteer fire department in 60. They came to me and said, "Would you be interested?" And I said, "I don't know about too much about it. It sounds like something I'd like to be interested in." To get on the volunteer fire department, you had to be 21. And the day I turned 21, they came in and told me I was on the fire department. They had already voted on me and all.
I joined the fire department in 1960, thereabouts. Was there for probably 17 years or so, or something like that. Best as I can remember, my first time on the fire department, I went to the monthly meeting, and I had been voted in.
Most of the firemen were local business people, or worked for the city, or worked for the school. They were all from downtown Peoria.
I was right there in town all the time, you know, and at that particular time, we had a gas station in Peoria, and I was right there, you know, within 2 minutes of the fire station.
Oh, of course, at Peoria, 2,000 people, you don't have a lot to pick from, too, but it was a lot of local people on there.
I lived in Peoria. I had a business in Peoria. Just talking to people, I found out that you could join the volunteer department, so I went down and joined.
I started with Rural Metro in Sun City as a reservist in 76, went full-time in 77. Became a volunteer at Peoria Fire.
I never forget one time I was going to, a fire whistle went off and I jumped in the truck, and you call the city and tell them. And I started the fire, and I looked on the tailgate of the truck I was driving. There was a guy riding on the back of the tailgate. I got to the fire and I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, I heard of the volunteer fire department, so I volunteered." I said, "I'm afraid you can't do that."
So at that time, the department was very small. We ran out of a small station downtown Peoria.
It was a building that would hold 2 trucks, and it had a little meeting room in there, and that was it.
Just barely enough room in that thing to get the truck in, and that was about it.
It was a lightly built building. By the time I got on the volunteers, I heard the whistle a couple times. In the old days, remember they would clang a bell or something? You clang the whistle, and everybody showed up.
There was a time that siren went off, and they would come and take off.
Guy receiving the calls was a guy that ran the Peoria Hotel. When you'd come to the fire station, you usually had to go get the address for him and then come back and get the truck. I was usually the first one there, and every time you were there, you didn't know what job you were going to be doing. Every guy had to be able to do everything.
When the police station was next door, they came over one night pounding on the door, and the cop says, "You guys got to get over here. Lady's having a baby." Oh, God. And they got her on the squad bench, and sure enough, she's having a baby.